Hello, my lovelies, my cats and kittens. Tonight I'd like to talk about the whole Chrihanna Tran situation. Um, this thing has been going on for a while now, where Chris has been with Karrueche. Actually, I learned that her name was Karrueche, so I'm gonna say it right. Chris has been with Karrueche for like 2 years or something like that. Prior to that, as we all know, he was with Rihanna, and he beat the bricks off her, so that ended. But there's been this whole crazy thing going on with the three of them for the past like month or so. So I wanted to kind of talk about it. I have my notes. I have 2 Post-its worth of this foolishness. So we're gonna get through it as fast as we can because we need to get through it and then move on. So what happened was, let's see. Okay, so first Chris got this tattoo on like the side of his neck, and it was a woman's face, and like half of it looked kind of fucked up, and the other half looked like normal. So people were like, "Oh, that's a picture of Rihanna beat up, and the other side is like her face where he didn't hit her." But that didn't make sense. Like, why would anybody get a tattoo of that? I mean, I know Chris does some really ridiculous stuff, but I really can't see him doing something like that. So it ended up being a picture of like the Day of the Dead, the Mexican Day of the Dead. So it was like half like skeleton lady and half like normal pretty lady. So that was that. So that was kind of cleared up. But then like almost not immediately after, but pretty soon after, he broke up with KT. We're gonna call her KT because I really don't want to say Karrueche Tran over and over again because that just makes my face hurt. So KT. So he broke up with KT. He issued this like public statement, like I'm breaking up with her because I don't want to hurt her feelings because I have a friendship with Rihanna and I don't want that to hurt her feelings. So I'm just gonna break up with her. So on one note, that's kind of noble because I always say like if you don't want to be with somebody, just break up with them. Don't string them along. Don't cheat on them. Just break up with them. He said I'm gonna break up with her and I don't want to hurt her feelings. That's cool. All right. So he breaks up with her. Okay. So then he issues this video. He puts together this video like maybe a day or two later where he's like has these different video clips of Rihanna, him and Rihanna, and then him and KT, and him loving Rihanna up and him loving KT up, and how he's saying he's drunk in the video supposedly or allegedly, and he's like, oh, I'm in a hard place, I'm stuck between two women, yada 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 yada, whatever. He does that, which is dumb. Um, After that, like, there were reports that KT is really pissed off about it because she's kind of like, why are you putting all our business out in the streets like that? Like, why can't you just say, actually, why can't you just say nothing? How about you just shut your mouth? Don't say anything. But, like, a few days after that, the two of them are allegedly at this gumbo party that I can't remember who's having this gumbo dinner. It's like somebody really random, like Lil Wayne's ex-wife and somebody else, or I don't know who. I can't. I'm not gonna try and even remember because I can't. So they're together and they've reunited at this gumbo dinner, and so like all is good. Then what the hell kind of note did I write? Oh, and then like there's other reports saying that like he wants her back. So like he wants to get her back. He loves KT. He's like fighting to get her back. He's like writing her letters and texting her and doing whatever, tweeting her, twatting her. I don't know what he does, but he's like doing all kinds of stuff. So he wants her back. That was like the next report. Then there are pictures of her leaving his I think his LA condo. And she has on the same clothes that she had on like the night before. 'Cause she was out like partying, having a good time, smiling, looking cute like she does. And there's pictures of her leaving his place. So it's kind of like, oh wait, are they back together? We don't know. So then Rihanna's dad. This man, Rihanna's father, decides that he's going to endorse a relationship with Rihanna and Chris. He's going to be like, Chris is a cool dude. He's nice. He's respectful. I think they should get back together. Sir, any other father anywhere in the world that is actively involved in his daughter's life, if any dude even did anything remotely close to what Chris did, to any father would be like, I'm going to kill this dude. But no, you decide that you're going to be like, no, 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 it's cool. I want them to be together. I want them to get married, to have kids, to have like a little house, to live happily ever after. No, sir. You need to sit all the fuck the way down. Sit down. Sit. Rihanna's dad does that. So then there's other reports that Chris gave KT a payout, like, okay, it's over, it's done, but I feel really bad about it, so I'm just going to give you some money so you can get yourself like a house, or I don't know, whatever rich people do with their money. Get yourself some stuff, set yourself up. Maybe I'll let you be my stylist occasionally, but like, get out of my life and yada yada. So there was that thing. And then there was another report saying that I'm sorry, this is really my asthma. I can't. There was another report that Chris and Rihanna were on the road to getting married, that they were ready to get married, and Rihanna was really excited about it. I don't know even what that means. That's dumb. Oh, so then Jay-Z had his his little stint at the Barclays Center, that he's a part owner of the Nets, and they have new Brooklyn Nets in their new center, and so he had like 8,000 concerts there. They were all sold out, whatever. So Rihanna went to the concert and Chris went to the concert, and they went together and they sat together and they were kind of hugged up and kissy. And people were saying that Jay-Z actually confronted Chris and said, "Oh, if you hurt her or you do whatever, you like try to punch her face off again, I'm gonna fuck you up," or something like that. I don't really know exactly what he said. I wasn't there, but that's allegedly kind of what he said, and that's a whole nother thing. But that's supposedly what happened next. So then Chris had a launch, a Quibi. How do you say it? Yeah. I don't know how you say it. I don't really know what Quibi or Quibi or Qubi or whatever it is, or Quil. Is there an L? Quilby? No, there's no L. I don't know what to say, but there was like a launch of this like Quibi site that Chris was doing, and there was video footage of him and Rihanna sitting in like VIP. They're all kind of like cozy and hugged up, and she's got her arm around him, or he's got her arm around her, and there might have been a photo that sort of looked like they were kissing. So it was like, oh, that was like their coming out party, like they're together. It's real. After that, maybe like a couple of days after that, someone had flicked some photos of some really random chick walking out of Chris's place, looking like she was maybe crying, maybe pregnant. I don't know. I think that she was just like, it was like that morning blow. You know how around your eyes it gets really swollen? Well, around my eyes in the morning I get really swollen, but that's because I drink. I think that's what that is. But like, she just looked a little swollen, and she looked like she was crying, perhaps, or just maybe rubbing her eyes because she had crust in them. I don't know. So she walks out, and then there's other photos, like almost immediately after, of KT walking into his apartment. So it's kind of like, wait, I thought you had just had your little coming out party with Rihanna, but now KT's walking back into your place. Like, what the hell is going on? And who the fuck is this bitch? I don't know. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call her a bitch because I don't really know her like that. But this random chick who's like walking out, sort of crying, but probably not. Maybe she was just a cleaning lady or whatever. So there's that. Oh, and then right after that, Chris and KT are at some gas station. She's getting gas. She ain't got money for gas, so she doesn't have money for gas, so his like bodyguard is giving her money. He's in a car with the bodyguard. She's like separate. They're going to the studio, and then like the next day, he's going to the studio to meet up with Rihanna, and that's causing issues with her management people. They're pissed off about that because he's like interrupting like what she's trying to do with her flow because she has no album coming out. Are you guys tired yet? Because I'm tired. Like, I'm actually physically exhausted telling you this. Oh, okay. So after he goes to the studio with Rihanna, he goes on like a dinner date with KT. But then, wait, after that, he goes to a Halloween party. Now, him and KT didn't go to the Halloween party together per se. Like, they showed up in different cars, they left in different cars, but they were both at the same Halloween party. So then Rihanna throws this big Halloween bash in the city. And when I say the city, I'm from Jersey, so the city means New York to me. People of South Jersey, say the city, it means Philly, and people anywhere around LA say the city, they mean LA. Anyway, so Rihanna throws this big party in LA. I mean, fuck. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I told you. So she throws this big party in the city, and Chris goes. Actually, you know what? I don't even think it was in New York City. I think it was in LA. It doesn't matter. She throws a Halloween party. She invites Chris. Now, the party was like on some real tight lock, so no paparazzi got in. However, people inside her party said that although they sat at separate tables, that she at one point walked over to him and gave him this like whole big lap dance. So that is what has been going on for the past month with these three people. Call them people for now. I may call them other names before this thing's over. Alright, so here's my thing. I personally, I really like KT. I think she's really cute. You know, she's got dimples. I have a soft spot in my heart for people with dimples. I think they're adorable. And I really like her, and she seems unassuming and kind of fun and whatever. I think that because she stood by Chris during all of this foolishness, that she deserves a high spot in his heart and that she should stay there. Rihanna, or Rihanna, as she says what her name is supposed to sound like. I think it's Rihanna. It sounds better to me. Rihanna, she almost seems like Black Girl Lost. I have supported her. I have liked her at different points in her career. I think I've actually liked her up until this point, but now I'm kind of getting tired because I feel like she needs to either do something new or different. She needs to either like get herself together. I definitely don't think she needs to be with Chris. I have moments of liking Chris and not liking him, and liking him in certain relationships and not liking him in certain relationships. Like, I think he should be with KT because she's been there for him, but I don't think that him and Rihanna ever need to really be together ever again because they obviously have some issues they haven't dealt with, and I'm sure she still has maybe some cracks in her skull that he did. So I don't think that Like, okay, I've never actually had somebody beat me up. Not a man, not a woman, nobody. And I'm not saying that I'm like some big, hard and tough, rough and tough chick where I just be beating people up. I've never, like, I've had like maybe a few fights, but I've never actually had somebody beat me up, so I don't have the same experience that she has had. However, I would like to think that if any dude or any chick, any dude punch my face in, there's no coming back from that. Like, there's no, oh, I'm gonna be at the VMAs and tussle your hair and give you a hug. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna punch you back in the face. That's what's gonna happen. End of story. So to see her and him kind of like reconciling and having this thing, whatever you want to call it, if it's a relationship or not, is a problem for me personally. And it's also a problem for me because I think that, she has these young fans. And not to say that as a celebrity, are automatically a role model, but she is a role model. That's just the way that the cards have been dealt. So she is a role model. She has these little girls who look up to her, and for her to go back with a guy who has banged her head in and dented it up, it sends a certain message to be like, oh, well, because he grew up in a certain household where there was domestic violence and he saw that happen and he's repeating the cycle, it's okay. No, it's not actually. It's not okay at all. Um, if he's getting help for it and he's moved on and he has his relationship, then that's what it should be. You going back with him says that you're okay with the fact that he knotted you up, and that's why am I even talking about? You know what? I should probably end this video really quickly because the fact that I'm even making this an issue or something that's actually important is a problem for me. I'm gonna just stop talking because this whole thing is really fucking stupid. The fact that KT is even trying to like deal with this dude after he kicked her to the curb in the public and posted these videos and said released these statements and did all this stuff to her after she's been by his side kicking it with him is dumb. The fact that he's trying to toggle between two chicks is dumb. The fact that Rihanna is dealing with him is dumb. The whole thing is stupid. It's really, really stupid. And I'm getting angry and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and it doesn't even make any sense. So I'm going to stop talking and say goodnight. So, good night.